This message is for you. Finally, I realized that what others were saying was never the complete truth. For the longest time, I listened to every opinion, every warning, every prediction, and every story people told me about our connection. Some spoke from their own experiences, some spoke from their fears, and some simply spoke because they thought they understood what was happening between us. I allowed those voices to become louder than my own intuition. I allowed their words to create confusion where clarity once existed. I remember the days when I questioned everything. Every time I felt your energy, someone would tell me I was imagining things. Every time I believed in the depth of our bond, someone would tell me that I was holding on to an illusion. Every time I chose faith, another voice would encourage doubt. Slowly, I found myself standing at the crossroads between what my soul knew and what the world insisted was true. The strange thing is that no matter how hard I tried to accept their version of reality, something inside me refused to let go. It wasn't stubbornness. It wasn't obsession. It wasn't fantasy. It was a quiet knowing that continued to exist beneath all the noise. Even when I doubted myself, that inner knowing remained alive. There were moments when I wanted to walk away completely. I wanted to convince myself that everything I felt was meaningless. I wanted to silence my heart and move forward without looking back. But every attempt to disconnect from you somehow brought me closer to understanding the truth. What others were saying was based on what they could see. What I was feeling was based on what I could sense. There is a difference between observation and experience. People can observe from the outside, but only those involved can truly experience what exists within a connection. Finally, I realized that many people were projecting their own stories onto ours. Those who had experienced disappointment expected disappointment. Those who had experienced betrayal expected betrayal. Those who had lost faith in love expected me to lose faith as well. They weren't intentionally trying to mislead me. Most of them genuinely believed they were helping. Yet their advice was shaped by their personal journeys, not by ours. The more I reflected, the more I understood that every soul walks a unique path. What failed for one person may flourish for another. What seemed impossible for someone else may be entirely possible for us. Life does not repeat itself in identical patterns. Every connection carries its own lessons, challenges, timing, and purpose. I spent so much time searching for answers outside of myself that I forgot to trust the wisdom within. I searched through conversations, opinions, readings, signs, and endless discussions, hoping someone else would tell me exactly what this connection meant. But clarity did not arrive through other people. Clarity arrived through silence. In silence, I discovered the truth. The truth was not dramatic. It was not loud. It did not arrive like a lightning strike. Instead, it unfolded gently, like the sunrise after a long night. I realized that the love I carried was real. I realized that the lessons I learned were real. I realized that the growth I experienced was real. Whether others understood it or not became irrelevant. For so long, I thought validation had to come from outside sources. I thought someone needed to confirm my feelings before I could trust them. Now I understand that genuine experiences do not require approval. What is real remains real even when nobody else understands it. You taught me that, even during periods of separation, even during moments of uncertainty, the impact of this connection continued shaping my life. It challenged me to heal wounds I had ignored. It challenged me to face fears I had hidden. It challenged me to become more honest with myself than ever before. People often speak about love as though it is only about happiness. What they rarely mention is that true love also reveals everything within us that still needs healing. It acts like a mirror. Sometimes that reflection is beautiful. Sometimes it is uncomfortable. But it is always honest. When others told me to forget about you, they did not understand that forgetting was never the lesson. The lesson was transformation. The lesson was growth. The lesson was learning how to love without losing myself. I finally realized that every challenge served a purpose, the delays served a purpose, the confusion served a purpose, the distance served a purpose, even the pain served a purpose. Nothing was wasted. Every experience became a stepping stone leading me toward greater understanding. Every obstacle became an opportunity to discover a deeper level of strength. Every setback revealed a hidden blessing that I could not see at first. There was a time when I believed that if something was meant for me, it would happen instantly and effortlessly. Now I understand that some of the most meaningful journeys require patience. Some lessons cannot be rushed. Some connections unfold according to divine timing rather than personal preference. Finally, I realized that what others were saying was only one perspective among many. It was never the absolute truth. The absolute truth could only be discovered through my own experience, and my experience taught me that this connection changed me forever. It taught me resilience. It taught me compassion. It taught me self-awareness. It taught me forgiveness. Most importantly, it taught me trust, not just trust in you, trust in myself, trust in my intuition, trust in the path unfolding before me. Today, I no longer feel the need to defend what I feel. I no longer feel the need to explain every detail to people who cannot understand it. Some journeys are meant to be experienced rather than explained. I have learned that peace arrives when we stop seeking permission to feel what we feel. I have learned that growth begins when we stop allowing external voices to overpower our inner wisdom. I have learned that love becomes stronger when it is rooted in authenticity rather than fear. And as I sit here reflecting on everything we have experienced, I find myself grateful. Grateful for every lesson. Grateful for every challenge. Grateful for every moment that brought me closer to understanding, because without those experiences, I might never have realized the truth that what others were saying was never the full story. The truth that my heart knew things long before my mind could understand them. The truth that genuine connections leave permanent footprints on the soul. and the truth that no matter how many opinions surround us, the deepest answers will always come from within. So if you ever wonder what changed, this is what changed. I stopped listening to the noise. I stopped giving fear the final word. I stopped measuring our connection through other people's expectations. Instead, I listened to my own soul, and when I did, everything became clear.